Welcome to Gentle Yoga, Mobility, and Breathwork. I'm Rebecca Little, and today we're going to move through a little gentle practice of our regular sun salutations for a warm-up, because if you know me, you know I love my sun salutations, but I just got back from a little mini vacation with my family, and if you have kids, you know that after vacation, it's time for some serious self-care. Vacation with kids is not the most restful trip, not the most restful for the parents. So I came across this moon salutation, which is supposed to be all about calming, relaxing, creative energy. So I thought I'm gonna give that a try. I love the sun salutation so much. I'm gonna expand my salutation practice. Let's give the moon ones a try. So I'm learning this today. We can learn it together. For after the little practice of sun salutation warm up and giving the moon salutations a try, do a couple of gentle stretches, and then I'm gonna roll on my lacrosse ball for a couple of minutes per side of each glute, each cheek, to loosen up my hamstrings from all the driving I did over the weekend. I'm really tight. So I'm like this is like yoga for non-yogis. I'm like a bro. I love to lift weights, and that's why I do yoga, is so that I can have full range of motion, I can recover. So I really love my lacrosse ball. So if you've got one of these, hang out with me and we'll do a couple minutes of this after this gentle yoga session. If you don't have one, go on Amazon and get a lacrosse ball. They're cheap and they're so amazing and effective. And I have my eye mask and my earbuds for I'm gonna do a 5-minute guided meditation. So I encourage you to find something to put over your eyes, maybe plug in your ears or find a quiet space and give yourself 5 minutes afterwards just to get yourself centered, calm, reconnect with who you are, and block out the energy of the world, of everybody who's you're around all the time, so you can reconnect to yourself. Okay, let's get started. So let's get a little centered. Sitting on your mat for a moment, closing your eyes and taking a moment to just think about, while your eyes are closed, ask yourself, how am I feeling physically today? How are we feeling intellectually, mentally? What's going on? A lot of noise, stress, tightness. Whatever you're feeling, let it all fade into the background. Forget about what you have to do later, what's going on. Just take this time to just focus on yourself and your breath. How are you feeling emotionally? And how are we feeling spiritually? Let's get connected to something deeper within. All right, let's find our breath. Getting ready for our Ujjayi breathing. So we're going to be breathing in through our nose and out through our nose as best we can. The breath comes from the belly, then the ribcage expands, then the chest. And as we exhale, listen to the sound of your breath as you constrict the back of your throat, making that ocean sound. Good. 2 more of those breaths. It's really important to listen to your breath, because the sound of your breath will help keep you focused and help keep your mind from wandering. Good, we're gonna press right into a down dog, first down dog of the day. Spread those fingers wide, pedal the calves, find your breath. Belly, ribcage, chest. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Armpits on the exhale, go back to the toes. 2 more breaths here. Now on the next inhale, walking our toes towards our hands, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, chest rests onto the thighs. Inhale, slowly reverse the swan dive. Good, that was 1. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down. You can always do this on your knees. Lowering chaturanga, you can hover above the mat or bring your belly all the way to the mat. Pull it through up dog. Inhale, exhale, down dog, 3 breaths here. Press into those hands, gripping the mat. Fingers spread wide, belly, ribcage, chest. Lengthen the spine, your knees can be very bent. Exhale, chest collapses, ribs pull in, belly and pelvic floor tighten. Getting rid of all that air, and 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale, walk it forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, let it hang. Inhale, slowly reverse your swan dive. I always drift back, so step up to my mat, good. Slight back bend, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step it back, high plank, lowering chaturanga, elbows are close. Do it on your knees if you need to. Inhale, up dog, press into those hands, pull your shoulders away, pull your chest through. Inhale, pull your hips back, 3 breaths here. You can always drop down into child's pose. Down dog should be a resting position, so if you're not feeling it today, rest even further. Listening to the sound of that breath, imagining the breath traveling to wherever you're tight. Beautiful. Inhale, looking forward, slowly walk your feet towards your hands, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, letting the chest rest on the upper thighs. Inhale, reversing your swan dive. Good, and hands are gonna come to heart and prayer. Good, that's a nice little warm up. I love the sun salutations to warm up, create energy, create blood flow, be a little less tight than I usually am. But now we're gonna move into the moon salutations and give these a try. So, if we learn these and we get really good at them, to do that under the light of the moon would be a really cool challenge as the weather gets warmer. Okay, so we're gonna start, just turn my mat sideways because there's a lot of movements that will be more appropriate to have a mat this way. Okay, so I'm gonna inhale our arms up, and we're gonna exhale just side bends. Exhaling to one side, inhaling back to center, exhaling to the other side. I'm using a cheat sheet as I learn these. Inhale, arms up. And we're gonna move right into goddess. So our legs come wide. Exhaling, these breaths. Everything is gonna be 3 breaths. We're gonna try for that, okay? If you need to come out of it, it's okay. Finding that belly breath. Our elbows are gonna be even with our shoulders. Crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. Try to push those knees back. Good. One more breath. On the exhale, try to go a little deeper. Good. Inhale, standing it up, coming to star. On our next exhale, we're gonna just move into triangle on the right side. I think it's okay if your left foot moves straight into like a right angle there. Good. Really reaching with that left arm high, so we're not putting so much weight on the right hand. Right quads engaged. Find your breath. Good, just 3 breaths there. Good, from triangle, we're moving into pyramid. So I'm gonna raise myself back up, turn my shoulders square right over my right foot. I'm wiggling my right foot over to the right so it's right in line with my hip. Inhale, lengthen the crown of my head. Quads are engaged. Nice long spine. As we exhale, we're bending at the waist, coming into pyramid. You can stay here with a nice long spine, or you can relax your spine right down, rounding yourself. Whatever feels better to you. Breathing into the belly, 3 breaths here. So let my arms really relax here. One more breath. Good. From here, we're going to a low lunge. So I'm going to turn my left toes towards in line with my right toes and drop my left knee down. Arms come up right over my shoulders, sending my hips to the mat. 3 breaths here. Shoulders are rolled away from the ears. Breathe into that belly. Good. On the inhale, we lengthen. On the exhale, we sink deeper if we can. Pressing your hips toward your mats. No pain. Just be gentle with yourself. Beautiful. Good. From here, we're moving into a side lunge. I'm just going to bring my hands down to the mat and then flip that left leg up so that we're coming into a side lunge. There we go. And we're trying to be on the sole of the right foot, left foot pulled toward us. And crown of the head reaches toward the ceiling. 3 breaths here. We've got this. Imagining my breath travel to wherever I'm tight. Good. On our next inhale, pressing into that right leg. We're coming onto the side lunge on the other side, on the left side. Good. The sole of the left foot is right on the ground, pulling the right toes toward us. There we go. 3 breaths here. Crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. You can have your hands at heart in prayer. I'm having my right in front of me because it's helping me keep my spine a little longer, a little more upright. Get my chest up. Find that breath. Good. Moving into a low lunge. We're going to turn your hips towards your left foot. Good. And then drop the back right knee. Raising our chest up. Arms over our shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, sink your hips deep. 3 breaths here. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to step it. So curl the toes of your right feet underneath you. We're coming into pyramid on the left side. Okay, so our shoulders are squared, our hips are square, right over the left leg. Maybe a micro bend in that left knee so we're not hyperextending it. Inhale, feel the crown of your head reach to the ceiling. Exhale, bending at the waist, right at the hips here. You can stay right here if you feel enough of a stretch, or you can round your back and fully relax. Maybe reach for your mat. Find your breath. Imagine that breath traveling to wherever you're tight in your body. Expanding the ribs on the belly, on the inhale, relaxing everything on the exhale. Beautiful. Moving into triangles. I'm going to raise myself back up. Move my hips towards the center. My right foot is going to be parallel to the edge of the mat. Left toes are pointed towards the side wall here. We're inhaling the right arm up. Exhale, sending my hips out to the side. Not too much weight on the left hand. Really reach that right arm. Keep your legs active. Maybe your gaze shifts to the right hand. 3 breaths here. Right shoulder's pulled away from your ear. Don't let yourself fall forward. Really open up your heart. Finding something to focus on. Your gaze can help you kind of be balanced. Beautiful. From here, moving into star. Both feet are going to point forward as we move into our final goddess. Ready? Big in breath in. Exhale, bend both knees. Elbows are right in line with our shoulders. 3 breaths here. Let your belly and ribs expand. Exhale, go deeper. Just 2 more breaths. Trying to stick your butt out, want that spine in a neutral position. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Good. Heel to toe your feet. right underneath your hips. Big breath in. Exhale your hands in heart center. Beautiful job. So that was our moon salutation. So I'm going to play around with that, try to make it flow a little nicer. That was my first time doing it. Good job, guys. So let's just move into some nice seated positions before we get into some mobility. So inhale, lengthen your spine, a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Your hands can come to your shins. Slight micro bend of the knees, your ankles, or maybe do your yogi toe wrap, taking your 2 front fingers, wrapping around your toe. Inhale, trying to lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the elbows a little bit. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Belly, ribcage, chest. Exhale, imagine the breath going to those tight areas. Inhale, plant your hands on the ground. We're just going to lower our seats right onto our mats, moving into cobbler pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bending forward. And using your elbows to press your knees down, opening your feet up like a book, relaxing your shoulders. Moving our feet a little further away from us. We're just going to round our spines now, fully melting in to the floor here. 2 more breaths like this. Belly, let it really press out on the inhale. On the exhale, really let yourself sink. Beautiful. Focusing on that third eye. Awesome. Now is the time when you can move in. If you don't have a lacrosse ball yet and you're feeling pretty tight, you can go into some forward folds. Maybe do my favorite, which I definitely always recommend on a daily basis, to do the figure 4 and a spinal twist. Actually, let's just go through that because I want everybody to feel like they've got a nice, decent posterior hamstring glute stretch. If you have the lacrosse ball, join me in a little mobility work, a little glute smash. And if you don't, then take the 5 minutes, set your clock on your phone or a watch or whatever, close your eyes, push do not disturb, listen to either a guided meditation or just focus on your breath, closing your eyes. Doing that, those big belly breaths, belly, rib cage, chest. Focusing on your third eye. I really think it's so important to quiet the mind at some point during the day for all of us. It's not about stopping the thoughts. It's just about observing the thoughts and then refocusing on the breath. It helps you kind of realize what's going on inside of your head. What are you thinking about so much? And then being aware of that, and then saying, I'm going to put this down for a little while, and refocusing on the breath. Even if you have to do it 50 times in a minute, it's just that you tried to just let those thoughts take a break for a little while. Just give your mind a little rest. Good. All right, and now we're going to put our hands on our hips. Move our hips an inch to the right, stretch out the left leg, and do a little twist up the spine, letting that right knee just relax. My right arm is going to stretch out in the other direction, right in line with my right shoulder. Big breath in through the belly, exhale through the mouth. Really trying to sink into your mat. Let your left thigh relax. 2 more breaths. Big breath in. Exhale through the mouth. 1 more time. Awesome. Okay. Come back to a neutral spine. Pull those knees in, rocking back and forth. Dropping the right foot onto your mat, crossing the left ankle onto the right knee. Figure 4 on this side. Always hear a couple cracks in my back here. Good. Big breaths in. Through the belly, 2 more after this one. Imagine the breath traveling to wherever you're tight. Use that, if you can, that left elbow to press your left knee away. My body really needs it. Sitting in a car for a while is brutal. Okay, hands on the hips, moving them an inch to the left, stretching out my right leg. Scoot a little space, using what we have, and then crossing that right knee across the body. Left arm goes in the other direction. Big breath in, feel your belly press out. Exhale through the mouth. Feeling everything sink into the mat, holding no tension in the right leg or the hips or the back or the shoulders. Big breath in. And one more time. Awesome. Coming back to the neutral spine, pulling the knees in. And either finishing with the full body stretch, moving right into Shavasana for your 5-minute breathwork meditation, guided meditation, whatever just 5 minutes of closing your eyes and thinking about nothing. Either go right into that, or if you have a lacrosse ball, join me in a little bit of mobility work. So I'm a big fan of not just yoga. Sometimes we need things that go a little deeper. For some of us who are really, really tight, I learned all this stuff from my CrossFit days. Kelly Starrett is a big physical therapist, I think. I bought his book, The Supple Leopard. It teaches you all kinds of tips and tricks on how to, if you have pain or limited range of motion, from over the years, you're just a super tight individual, then there's lots of different stuff that you can, but a lot of it uses lacrosse balls. Okay, or whatever you have around the house, maybe a little baseball. Okay, so I'm just finding the tight areas and just spending some time there until I feel progress, just rolling around. If you can't get deep, then make a muscle, contract your muscle, and then relax into it. Contract your muscle and relax. Okay, just taking a little time to show your body some love. If you like to hit it hard in the gym like me, I love my alone time at the gym, but I'm gonna do some recovery work. I'm gonna make the time for it, and you'll find that your mind craves it just as much as your body. And now I'm gonna go across the grain of my muscle. I'm gonna choose, let's go, I'm really tight, 10 times. So just 3, breathe into it. The more you can relax the belly, it'll help signal to the diaphragm that we are relaxing. And then it'll help all the other muscles relax too. Good. Taking a little time here. I'm probably going to try to force myself to do this one more time tonight before bed so that I don't get into bed feeling really tight and painful and have a better night of sleep. And if you have kids, I mean, they love to be on the floor with you. And, it's just like a way to spend time, quality time. And it's good habits that you're teaching them too, Okay, one side. There's progress. Progress was made. Okay, and we're switching. Okay, wow. This side is my good side, and it's almost just as bad. Yeah, sitting is brutal. We did a lot of walking. We went to Cape May for a long weekend, which is wonderful. It's cold because it's March, but still fun. Cute little beach town. All right, contract and relax. Breathe. Good. And now I'm gonna go across the grain of muscle 10 times. If I feel a spot is pretty tight, I'm gonna contract my muscle, relax, get a little deeper. Wherever you're feeling tight or discomfort, sometimes honestly, all you need is attention. Just need to spend some time paying attention, showing yourself a little love. A lot of people I know are suffering with plantar plantar fasciitis. And I always say, well, are you rolling your feet on a ball? No. Are you stretching your calves and your on the front of your shins there? No. I'm like, well, are you walking around barefoot? No. Well, these are all, like, if you just pay attention, massage your foot. I mean, this might be something that you always struggle with. Might be, for me, my glutes and hamstrings are always where I hold my tension. There's never going to be a cure. It's going to be something that I need to spend time, and it becomes your self-care time, releasing your tension. Try not to think of it as like a burden. It's almost my body's reminder to take care of myself. So we form these little rituals. Like, the rituals create discipline. We don't do it because we're rigid robots. We do it because we're taking care of ourselves, because we love ourselves enough to create these rituals. We love ourselves enough to be disciplined. No one's going to do it for us. We've got to take care of ourselves. Okay, awesome. I feel a little better there. It's a little looser. Again, I think I'm going to do this one more time tonight and carry this ball around with me today as a reminder. And now, like I said, I encourage you, if you have 5 minutes, then or even just like 2 or 3, close your eyes and breathe. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.